All right, this is part 5, and like I said, a lot of women have never really been engaged as far as talking to a man, as far as men dealing with them and the hobbies that they like, or the hobbies that they're into, or what they like, or what they find interesting. A couple of examples. There was this gorgeous girl that lived out on the street from me. She liked me, but I wasn't really into her. But anyway, I was at the Coney Island, and I was reading a book called The Atlantis Blueprint. And it was written by Ram M. Flemeth, and it was about the Piri Reis map. It was a map that came out in the 1600s that showed Antarctica, the continent of Antarctica, without the coastal regions being covered with ice. And Antarctica has been covered with ice since the last ice age, since 10,500 years ago. So they think that Antarctica might be Atlantis. And I was this gorgeous girl down the street from me. She was, she asked me what I was reading, and so I told her, I'm reading it. I explained what it was about. She's like, oh man, that sounds really interesting. I'm into stuff like that. I love science. Who'd ever thought, this girl down the street from me, would really be into science like that. So a lot of these women, they don't despise smart guys. They love intelligence. Okay, they can't stand, the knucklehead, the thug, the fact that they can't have a conversation with them. Okay, they're not going to tell you that, but it's the truth. They love men that they can talk to, but men of authority and men that know what they're talking about. So this is why I'm talking about the real knowledge about the real world. Okay, I understand you got your fantasy land, your video games. You have to turn video games. Turn that mess off, man. Until you become more comfortable with dealing with women, turn video games off, man. Because that's taking you from the real world instead of bringing you into it. A lot of women don't play video games, or if they do, it's something like Tetris or something. So that's another thing. Another thing is role models. Okay, you can look for, like I said, Denzel Washington, Barack Obama. I think Dr. Martin Luther King, to me, was probably the ultimate universally attractive man. You got to remember, Dr. Martin Luther King won the Nobel Peace Prize. This dude spoke in Switzerland before royalty, man, European royalty and dignitaries from all over the world. Malcolm X spoke at Yale and was debating. They put him in a debate in the Hall of Fame, and spoke at the UN on behalf of African Americans in America. Okay, these guys were international icons, man. And Malcolm X, they invited him. He was invited by several governments in the Middle East, man, the royalty over in the Middle East, Africa, stuff like that. So watch how these men stand. Watch how these men, listen to how they talk. Listen to the speeches of Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Go back over Barack Obama's speeches and see how they speak with passion and with clarity, okay? And listen to how they use their vocabulary. Watch their posture, their hand movements, how their eyes are, and how passionate they are about what they're into. A lot of you guys don't have any passion, and women love passion. That's emotion, man. That's the highest level of emotion that you can exhibit is passion, man. It's passion. And a lot of these thugs and bad boys, they exhibit passion too. They all out. Whatever they do, that they all out with it. You don't have no rules or nothing. So on the sense that they have passion. A lot of you guys, you gotta, whatever you're passionate about, you gotta exhibit that, man. So, we can practice being passionate. You can practice any emotion. You can practice authority, man. You assume that physical position. You think about the last time you felt like that. You remember and you try to reenact that all over again. So like I said, there's guys, look around your community or your neighborhood or people or famous people, or guys that you can emulate that have these types of traits, man. Like I said, go back over on Proverbs and the book of Proverbs and Ecclesiastes in the Bible and read about what King Solomon is talking about when he's talking about wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Become a Renaissance man. Like Isaac Newton, Leonardo da Vinci, man. These guys changed the world, man. And women love that. Women love men of extreme intelligence. Another thing you can do, like I don't cuss. I don't use cuss words. And the universally attractive man doesn't have to. Look at Barack Obama. You see him getting up on a speech cussing people out? Right? what he has to do is, you know, and people say, well, I say F the F word because I mean it. Well, I don't say the F word. What it causes me to do is I have to be more expressive in how I talk. And I have to be more passionate about when I'm saying something. I have to say it with feeling and with meaning instead of just using the F word. So you taking yourself above just being a nice guy or just a thug or a bad boy. You elevate to a whole new level, man. And you talking about by the end of that, man, by the time you get through with all this, you'll be in the top 5% of all men in society. And you will have assumed an authoritative position that everybody around you responds to, not just women, man. You know, Michael Jordan is an authority in basketball. All 11 guys in the Bulls are submissive to his will. Why? Because Michael Jordan can take us to the championship. So we gonna do whatever he tell us to do. Now they offer their input. Say, Mike, well, I think on this play you might want to throw it and kick it out, man. I'm gonna shoot the 3-pointer or something like that. He said, yeah, that's a good idea. So it's his responsibility to get everybody to the championship. You know, and that's how a relationship should be. Men should lead, and women should be submissive in that they offer, you know, they offer insight, they offer support, and they offer, you know, pieces of knowledge and understanding. But ultimately, the man should make the final decision, and all of the responsibility should be on him to complete and finalize whatever objective you're trying to attain. And this was a problem with Adam and Eve. Adam didn't do that. So here we are in the situation today. Like I said, Michael Jordan, his team depends on him. And whatever he says goes. Which really means 11 guys are submissive to him, making him the authority. Right? Michael Jordan, you don't see him slumped over. He's completely confident. He wasn't intimidated by anybody. 6 championships, he didn't win. He didn't lose one time in the finals. Right? He wasn't intimidated. He was completely confident. You know, and he upgraded his skills all the time. He was getting better all the time. A lot of you brothers, man, you need to get better, man. You need to check your physical health. What's wrong with you getting down doing 30 push-ups? You're a man. It's testosterone. You're supposed to have muscles. What's wrong with you eating, you know, green leafy vegetables and taking vitamins, man, and getting stronger physically, man? That's part of your aura of authority, right? Women love healthy men, just like men love healthy women. If you're overweight, you know, just lose some of them, man. I'm not, you know, it really don't have to make a difference. Women gonna be attracted when you do this stuff. Women gonna be attracted to you anyway. But I'm just saying, man, for your own sake, you should always be improving yourself. Improve your hygiene, man. You know, shave, get a haircut, improve your dress. You know, get a new style of dress, man. Quit looking like, you know, everybody else. You know, get your own style of dress, man, or just dress neat. You know. So all this stuff helps make you stand out. And women love men that stand out. That stand out from everybody else, man. So you end up standing out from the nice guy and the thug or the bad boy. Just like Barack Obama or Denzel Washington, any of the other guy stands out from most other men. So continue to improve yourselves, man. Read self-help books, man. Learn about the universe and how, you know. A good book is The Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot. Another good book is Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Like I said, the book of Proverbs and Ecclesiastes by King Solomon. King Solomon was a king, man. He was a military leader. He's one of the richest men in the world. And he was considered by King Solomon to be the greatest philosopher that ever lived. So anyway, that's the end of my video, man. I hope y'all liked it. Peace.